How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Justin Buddy's podcast. I'm your host, Ryan.
And I'm your host, Daniel.
And today we're doing a podcast. Woo! If you're new to the channel, please smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment what you guys want us to talk about next week. As you're going to see throughout this video, we took your guys' suggestions from last week, and we're talking about it this week. This week, it's been pretty crazy. As we know, There's a lot going on in the world, and I'll let you take that away with what's going on in the world.
Okay. So I guess starting off with some crazy news, there has been a man who has been sentenced to prison for paying someone $10,000 to kill his ex-girlfriend.
As he should go to jail for that. That's
Yeah.
horrible. What the heck?
So what happened was he met this guy in prison, and his girlfriend wouldn't let him see his kid. Okay, so he met this guy in prison, and he said, hey, when you get out, I'll give you $10,000 if you go kill my ex-girlfriend. Okay, so that was the agreement.
This is
okay?
really dark. Okay. Here we are starting off the podcast. I thought it was like, be very joyous and
oh no, sorry,
Mr. Smiley over here.
Very dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little,
so he gives the guy $10,000. Okay, the guy gets out, starts spending the money because he just got $10,000. So then he spends the $10,000 and he said, I cannot go through with this. I cannot kill someone. I do not want to kill someone just for $10,000.
Right.
So then he reports it to the police. He said, I was paid $10,000 to go kill someone.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it anymore. So then the police were like, okay, who told you to do it? So then he told them who gave him the $10,000.
Yeah, the guy in prison.
Right, the guy in prison. So the guy in prison gets out, okay? And then they set up an undercover police officer to call him and set up a meeting with him.
Okay.
And say, the cop called him and said, I'll go kill your ex-girlfriend for you.
You mean your girlfriend? Is it the girlfriend or ex-girlfriend?
Ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
So the cop calls him and said, I'll do it instead of this other guy. I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
So just meet me here and we'll talk about how to do it. So then they meet and the guy tells the cop, he said, I want you to rip her eyes out. I want you to kill her, but I also want you to kill the boyfriend now too. And then the cop had his whole team outside the restaurant and they arrested him on the spot.
So how long is he going to go to jail for something like that?
I don't know. They didn't say in the article I read.
So I think that's like life in prison. Because he not only did he try to kill one person, he tried to kill two people.
Right. I mean, he basically hired a hitman to do it. Right.
That's weird. That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy that there's like, it is weird to think about how there's people out there that are willing to do the most disgusting things for money, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, the guy didn't go through with it.
I know. That's good.
Maybe he actually just scammed him. Maybe he didn't think he was going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wanted the money.
That is true.
And just tricked them.
Life hack. Infinite money glitch. So
up next, there was... Okay, so I know last week we had Hina on the episode.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Tupac.
Right, and how Tupac's still alive.
Right. But Tupac's old ring that he used to wear on his hand has sold at auction. Now, I want you to guess what you think it sold for.
Tupac, one of the most influential celebrities, rappers to ever walk the earth.
Yeah. It's just a small ring.
Is it something that he used to wear a lot? Or are we talking? Okay.
He used to wear this a lot.
Gosh. Let's see. Tupac. Think it's got to be big. It's got to be upwards of, gosh. $600,000?
No.
$1 million?
It was $1 million or $1,013,000, I think.
Dang.
And guess who has it? I want you to guess who bought that.
I'm assuming they're a well-known celebrity.
Well-known celebrity, a lot of money. Bought the ring.
Jeff Bezos.
No.
Elon Musk.
No.
Oh. Who is it?
Drake.
Oh.
Drake bought Tupac's ring.
That's smart. Can you imagine he wore that in a music video?
Oh, I don't think he should wear it.
Oh, he shouldn't.
I think he should just put it on display in his house.
Oh. I just feel like he's so business-minded that he's going to do something with it.
Well, what he did was he posted it on his story.
Okay.
And I think he used kind of that story to
promote something else?
Promote a song.
Oh. There you go, Drake.
I think it was for Travis Scott's new album. He said
Oh.
Utopia out now. Or
With the ring?
With the ring.
Nice.
And that's the crazy news.
Okay, so moving on, we haven't done verses in a while, and I thought we'd bring it back. Basically, verses is where we combine you have two different things and you figure out which one's better, which one's worse, and you explain your reason why. And today we're going to be doing fast food chains that you may, but I'm not going to go like Chick-fil-A versus McDonald's. It's going to be different. It's going to be more like Chick-fil-A versus Baskin-Robbins. So out of those two, what would you pick? Chick-fil-A versus Baskin-Robbins. Which one's, plays a bigger role in your life and one that you couldn't go without?
A lot of places you could get ice cream. So I think I am going with, you can't go wrong with ice cream. You got to go Baskin-Robbins.
You don't got to do anything. You got to pick what you're going to do.
Baskin-Robbins.
Oh, okay. All right, we're going Baskin-Robbins. Next one. Here we have Dunkin versus Subway. Now, Dunkin is known for their coffee and their donuts, and Subway is known for their sandwiches.
I think I'm more of a Dunkin fan than I am a Subway fan. Yeah, because, they took away the whole eat fresh slogan. Kind of just a little bit of a turnoff.
So you're telling me if there's two, you have two places left on this earth, right?
Yeah.
For food.
Okay.
One's going to get destroyed, and you have Subway or Dunkin'. You're telling me you're going to go with Subway, and you're going to go with Dunkin'.
Well, see, now you kind of just changed up the question on me. You're saying if those are the last two places on earth.
Yeah.
And one of them is going to get destroyed, and I only have one option to get my food.
Yeah.
I'll go Subway.
Okay.
Because there's more options, obviously.
But did you know about Dunkin's new, they have sandwiches there, too? They have breakfast sandwiches,
Yeah.
There's more sustainable options now. They got some Beyond Meat options.
Well, see, you're changing the question on me.
I'm trying to give you some options here.
Well, I gave you my option, and you changed the options on me.
Well, I'm just not trying to make it boring. I'm trying to make some excitement here.
Okay, well, see, now you're just making me flip-flop.
So what?
Dunkin'.
You
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm going with Dunkin'.
Subway just added
I don't care.
Coffee
I don't
and
care.
breakfast sandwiches. Okay, moving on. Here we have Pizza Hut versus Wingstop.
Oh, my gosh. That's a hard one. Wingstop's like my go-to wing place. Wingstop Ranch is like my favorite condiment, but Pizza Hut, that stuffed crust, man. Something about that stuffed crust is different.
Different how?
Oh, it's just I can't even explain it, man.
Well, this is an audio podcast.
You know what? Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though you just went through saying how Wingstop's just the ranch is everything and the boneless wings.
Yeah, but that stuffed crust and their big New Yorker, Pizza Hut.
Okay. Comment what you guys think there. That one's a little questionable. I don't know. I think but I do.
What?
I think that
Pizza Hut.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Here we have Popeyes versus Carl's Jr.
Ooh, Popeyes versus Carl's Jr. I like Popeye's chicken, and when they came out with the sandwich, that really changed the game for me with Popeyes.
Uh-huh.
But Carl's Jr., that Western Bacon Burger, that was like our childhood.
Okay. So what's
you know what? No, you know what? Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr.?
Yeah.
No, there's no flip-flopping here?
No flip-flopping. Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. They had you remember the Happy Face fries?
Yeah.
I used to really like those. They have the Star Chicken Nuggets.
But you know what's so sad? They got rid of
They did get rid of it. But they never got rid of the Western Bacon Burger.
Yeah.
Instead, they came out with a double Western Bacon Burger.
They're doubling down on the success of Western Bacon. All right, here we go. We're moving on to KFC versus Jack in the Box.
Oh, Jack in the Box. Easy.
Why is it easy?
I love Jack in the Box.
And you don't love KFC?
No, I like KFC. But I love Jack in the Box.
Why?
Okay. Have you ever had a munchie meal late at night? Jack in the Box is like, there's some 24-hour ones. I've never seen a 24-hour KFC. Okay? Stuffed jalapeno poppers, mozzarella sticks, egg rolls. Have you ever had their egg rolls? Jack in the Box egg rolls.
What do you mean?
They're egg rolls.
They have egg rolls at Jack in the Box?
Yes. And they are phenomenal. Like some of the best egg rolls I've ever had.
I feel it makes a good, egg roll. I feel it is the sauce you dip it in. So what sauce do they use?
They have a good sweet and sour, but they also have a good teriyaki sauce. It's like a spicy teriyaki.
Okay, so that's your reason for Jack in the Box?
Yeah. And their tacos.
Okay, I can go with that.
Yeah.
El Pollo Loco versus Del Taco.
Ooh, Del Taco. El Pollo Loco is great.
Okay.
I've had some bad experiences.
Well, why don't you tell the world what bad experiences you have? Because El Pollo Loco, as a all-around restaurant, there's more options. There's more healthier options. There's fresher ingredients. I just think overall it's better. You just go to Del Taco's for the tacos. El Pollo Loco, there's a whole meal.
Hang on. I was a little impulsive. I kind of forgot about the mac and cheese and the tortillas. Okay.
Goes to El Pollo Loco for the mac and cheese.
No, yeah, I'll go El Pollo Loco. If you guys ever go to El Pollo Loco, you get the chicken, you get tortillas, and you get the mac and cheese. Get the tortilla, you put the mac and cheese, and you shred up the chicken, and you put it in the tortilla, and you wrap it up. It's like a mac and cheese chicken burrito.
Or you could just do what I do, is I just get the tortilla and I put mac and cheese in it, and I just fold it up and eat it.
So you were trying to rag on me for not being healthy, and you don't even put the chicken in it.
Well, I eat the chicken, just not in the tortilla.
Okay. It's better than tortilla.
That's your opinion.
El Pollo Loco.
Here we go. Raising Cane's versus In-N-Out.
In-N-Out. Raising Cane's versus In-N-Out. In-N-Out all the way on that one. Come on.
I don't know.
Look, Raising Cane's is good, but it's not In-N-Out level. Okay? In-N-Out changed the game.
No. Listen here.
Listen.
Burgers.
Hang on. It's really good.
It's not worldwide, okay? It's not countrywide either, In-N-Out.
Okay. Is Raising Cane's?
I think it is. I think you can go East Coast, West Coast. It's all there.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of good chicken tender places out there, but there's not a lot of good burgers for the price that In-N-Out gives them.
Okay, I feel like it is good. Now, the question
was...
the
price is great too.
No. The question is, okay.
Yeah.
I guess you're going to pick In-N-Out either way.
No, try to convince me. What are you trying to say?
Say you dated a girl.
Yeah.
And she said, "I'm allergic to In-N-Out."
Okay.
Would you give up eating In-N-Out?
No.
What?
You think I'm gonna stop eating In-N-Out just because my partner's allergic to it?
No. What?
That's like saying
that'd be like
I'm allergic to peanuts. You think people are gonna stop eating peanuts just because I'm allergic to it?
Yeah,
no.
Because if she kisses you, and she had peanuts, it can cross-contaminate your lips and give you peanuts.
That's true. But
so you're just gonna be that. Guy.
I've never had that issue with my past girlfriends though.
No, I'm telling. Did I ever ask you that? Well, I didn't ask you that.
I'm trying to make my point.
I'm asking you now. Would you rather, if you had to eat the other one, Raising Cane's, because your partner was allergic to In-N-Out burgers, would you?
But does that mean I can never eat In-N-Out?
Well, that's your prerogative. But I'm just saying.
See, okay, if I could still eat In-N-Out once in a while, sure, I'll go Raising Cane's.
No. You have.
But if I have to give it up completely,
you have to give it up.
See you later.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
In-N-Out?
What, are you asking me a question?
Yeah, In-N-Out, really?
I don't know. I don't know about that one. Here we go. Taco Bell
now you're just making me look bad.
Taco Bell. You can pick the girl. You can pick the girl or the In-N-Out burger. It's up to you.
You're playing it on. You just keep going.
So wait, what's your answer then?
In-N-Out.
Fair. Domino's versus Taco Bell versus Five Guys.
Taco Bell versus Five Guys. Okay. This is okay. Five Guys is good. It's really good. But
it is.
They're so expensive.
Yeah.
They're really expensive for a small burger. It's sometimes smaller than an In-N-Out burger, but almost 2 or 3 times the price.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I raised you a question.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure when you walk into Five Guys, it tells you where the ingredients come from. Now, Can you tell me where Taco Bell's ingredients come from?
No, but I can tell you it's good.
Can you tell me it's real meat?
No. It's not. Yeah.
Five Guys, 100% Angus beef.
Okay. But Taco Bell, it's cheaper. And it's good.
Let me just
and it's faster.
You know what's so sad?
And they don't have peanuts all over the ground.
That's true. For your case, that's true. You're allergic to peanuts, so that Five Guys is kind of like a toxic environment.
Eat that.
But I will say this. This is the problem with the world we live in, right?
Okay.
Yes, I get it's cheaper,
yeah.
right? But you'd rather forego, right, natural, real ingredients and eat fake ingredients that who knows what does to our body. Like, we're all accepting. This is such a crazy concept to me. We're all accepting that we're gonna eat fake ingredients.
Yeah, it's
unnatural ingredients.
Hang on. It's crazy, right? It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, but it's crazy the price they're putting it out there for.
Right, but it's like,
but what?
I don't want to get.
You know what else is crazy? It's crazy that we have to pay so much more money to put healthy food in us.
Panda Express versus Chipotle.
Chipotle. Oh, impulsive answer. Sorry. Let me think. Panda Express, orange chicken, chow mein, honey walnut shrimp. You know what? What was the other one?
Panda Express or Chipotle.
Wow. See, I only get like a certain thing from both places. I don't really go outside of the range.
Which one brings you more joy to your life?
Which one brings
your
you
one
more
thing
joy?
from Chipotle or your one thing from Panda Express? Your go-to order.
Ooh, Chipotle.
Really?
Yeah.
You're really gonna do that?
Yeah. You just asked me the question, so I gave you the answer, and then you're gonna go, "You really gonna do that?"
Yeah, you're really gonna do that?
Yeah. Ever had Chipotle chips and guac? You ever had a barbacoa burrito? You ever had a barbacoa burrito bowl?
But have you had orange chicken from Panda Express?
Yeah, didn't I just say that?
Have you had chow mein from?
You just asked me. You asked me what makes me the happiest.
Yeah, you're asking me now. Have I ever had barbacoa burrito?
And I gave you my answer.
So you're gonna stick with Chipotle?
Yes.
What if you dated a girl that was allergic to Chipotle?
Okay, you know what? I could give up Chipotle for that girl. I can't give up In-N-Out.
Oh, you feel okay? So what makes you feel like you could give up Chipotle, but you can't give up In-N-Out?
Because In-N-Out is so good, and you get so much bang for your buck.
Okay.
Dude, you could feed a family at In-N-Out for under $30.
Under $30?
Yeah. Everybody gets a burger and fries and a drink. It could be under
I don't know about $30.
$40.
How many people did you say?
3.
Oh, you could feed a family of 3 for under $30.
Yeah.
Not 4. You could do 40 easy. How much is a meal?
I don't know.
So
like,
you're
I know,
out here saying all this stuff.
You know what? I think it's like either $8 to $10.
You better fact check. Comment if he's wrong, because he's not. He's like
yeah, comment if I'm wrong.
Yeah, comment.
Sure, because I don't really know the answer either.
You know what I think though? I think the burger. If I had to guess right now, I think it's like $4 for a burger.
No, I think it's like 6.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you including fries then?
Like a double?
It's $6?
I think so.
Okay. So you're saying that it's how much more for the drink and fries?
Maybe like $5 more, $4 more. But see, like that's a good deal. Their fries aren't great, but it could feed a family for cheap. Compared to Chipotle.
You think so? How much is a Chipotle bowl, you think?
Like $12. But it depends on what kind of protein you get.
Right. If I had to feed a bunch of people, I would get Chipotle bowls, right?
Yeah.
Extra, do the hack where you get extra stuff.
And just get tortillas?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
How'd you know I was going to get tortillas?
What do you mean?
How'd you know that I was going to get tortillas?
What else are you going to do with burrito bowls? You just going to have everybody scoop spoons out of the freaking bowl?
No, you just get chips. You can scoop stuff out.
Okay, well.
You got nachos then.
Tortilla seems more smart.
That's fair. But
right?
You didn't know what I was going to say.
You just said it. How'd you know I was going to say tortillas?
Yeah. How'd you know?
Because it's logical.
All right, moving on. Okay, our final one. All right, here we go. Our final one.
Yeah, say it.
Wendys versus Domino's.
Wendys versus Domino's. Wendys. You know, okay. See, Domino's pizza's good, but there are other pizza places that are out there that's like the fast food pizza that I feel is better.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind giving that up. But Wendys, right? That's like pretty high quality fast food.
It is.
Right? They have the baked potato. They have the pretzel bacon pub burger. That burger changes the game.
Yeah.
They also had the chicken parm sandwich. I actually like that one. Do you remember that?
Chicken parm.
It's got like the chicken, the marinara sauce, and the cheese.
That was okay.
That was good. I like that. Chili baked potato. Nice little pineapple mango juice on the side. I'm telling you guys. If you ever need fast food recommendations, I got you.
Okay, moving on to the next segment of Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
Would you rather have your ears wiggle every time you want to turn left or right, or have to hop on one foot whenever you move?
Have my ear wiggle whenever I want to turn left or right?
Yeah. Or hop on one foot to go forward, sorry.
Oh, have my ears wiggle. That's kind of cool.
Would you rather have a tail or a third arm?
A tail or a third arm? Third arm.
Really?
Like a functional third arm?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? A tail would be kind of cool. If I could like hang from trees and stuff.
Would you rather always smell like cheese or always sound like a duck?
Oh, sound like a duck. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
sound like a duck?
You can't communicate with anyone, though.
Wait, I don't sound just like Daffy Duck? Donald Duck?
I mean, I thought it was actually like a duck.
Oh, like I talk, like I just quack.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to just quack.
But you'd rather talk like Donald Duck than smell like cheese?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Dude, I don't know about that.
It'd be annoying, but that would be kind of fun.
Would you rather have random bouncing boogers or constantly itchy feet?
Random bouncing boogers. What is that?
Constantly.
So random bouncing boogers, that mean like boogers are just bouncing around my nose?
Or bouncing out of your nose, falling out?
Oh, I don't want that. Oh, what's the other one?
Itchy feet. Constantly having.
Yeah, I'd rather have itchy feet. Ooh. You'd rather have boogers falling out of your nose?
No, you're right. You're right. I just have recently been bit by a lot of bugs recently on my feet, and it hurts, and it's so annoying. It makes me so itchy. Would you rather have a superpower that would only work on Tuesdays or one that only works in the rain?
Oh. Ooh. Whoa. That's a crazy question. When you really think about it?
It is, but I feel like I would go with the superpower on Tuesdays just because that's a constant,
right?
Reoccurring.
Yeah, Tuesday seems like the one. Like,
depends. I mean, if you lived in like Hawaii or somewhere where it rains a lot, right?
Well,
perfect.
There's a lot of times where they have dry streaks too, so I'd be without superpowers.
In Hawaii?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they have pretty consistent rain there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you rather eat your meals through a straw for the rest of your life or only be able to drink liquids through your nose?
Oh, that's gotta hurt so bad. I'd rather pick eating through a straw than hurting myself every time I drink.
That's fair.
Right? Because that hurts. When liquid goes up your nose.
Yeah.
Like if you're in the swimming pool and water goes up your nose, that hurts.
That burns.
Yeah. Nope.
It ain't no good.
No. Think about it. If you're drinking through your nose too, you're getting whatever in your nose, and that's going down with it.
Right.
Yeah. Nope.
Nope.
Especially you got bouncing boogers.
No good. No good.
Okay, so moving on, there was another crazy study done that was found this week, and it's just like absolutely insane.
Is it like insane for like a good reason? Like, oh, it's so like, yeah, like this is something very good. It's gonna help humanity, or is this gonna make it worse?
It definitely doesn't help, but it kind of helps actually when I think about it.
Well, I'm glad it has some value to it could help someone out there.
So a study found what jobs are most likely to cheat on their partners. So the study was done within a bunch of different jobs like bankers, lawyers, athletes, a bunch of different jobs, and they found which one is most likely to cheat.
This is crazy.
Yeah, so according to the study, in last place, the people that cheat the least are actually models and athletes. Fourth place is businessmen and women, so people who own businesses. Third place are doctors. Second place is nursing assistants, and the number one job that cheats the most are actually regular nurses.
There's no way. They're like saving lives and stuff, right?
That's what you would think, but they also found that 2 out of every 3 cheaters will actually cheat on the job.
If 3 people are cheating, 2 of them will cheat at their job with someone at their job.
Yeah. So the nurses might be cheating with other people in the hospital.
I see. I thought you meant out of every 3 people, 2 of them are cheating.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be like insane.
Isn't that kind of scary though? Because when you think about it, it's like the health professions are the ones cheating the most.
Okay, let me just paint the picture for you.
Yeah.
What I think is like in the health profession, right? your job is health. It is to help people. It's to heal people.
Right.
And you're seeing people at their lowest moments, right? You're seeing them when they're living on their last leg for life. They're in desperate need of help. So in turn, you are like their superhero, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what happens a lot too, is I think maybe they meet someone.
Oh, you think they're cheating with the patients?
I don't know. I don't know. It's hot. Or you think they're cheating with the workers?
I think they're cheating with other workers.
Oh.
See, now cheating with patients, that's crazy. But I could see that happening.
I mean, it's just as crazy as cheating with a doctor or something.
I guess. But when you go,
I think,
you have people on their last leg of life. And
well, you know what I'm saying, though? Yeah. It's so weird. I did see a video where, so basically there's this paramedic, right?
Yeah.
And this girl gets shot by her boyfriend.
Oh.
And the paramedic does like CPR, tries to bring her back to life, gets to the hospital, and luckily she survives.
Okay.
Turns out she ends up falling in love with the paramedic who saved her, and they are now married.
Wow.
So you see how things happen?
That's a true love story.
So I'm just saying, that hero thing, I think there's something to it.
Wow, I think you're right. Maybe the patients do get some action, huh?
Well, I don't want to say anything, but I don't know. We don't know for sure, but I thought that's what I wasn't sure what you're going for. If you're saying the workers are cheating or if the patients are also getting involved too.
Yeah, but moving on, we are going back to talking about food. So we did versus, and you brought up Subway.
Yes. Eat fresh.
So Subway just came out with the craziest news. But remember that whole thing where you could get a foot long tattooed on your chest and you can get free subs for life?
I do remember that, and I remember almost wanting to get that tattoo for a video because I obviously don't have any tattoos, but I thought that was the one I was going to make exception for.
So apparently Subway is now offering for one person to win a lifetime supply of sandwiches, but the only way to do this is that the person has to legally change their name to Subway.
And you know what? There's people out there that are going to do it right now.
Yeah, so the rules are if you're chosen for this, you'll receive a $50,000 Subway gift card for lifetime subs, but you'll also receive $750 to cover the legal charges to change your name to Subway.
I really want to see who's going to end up doing it because you know that there's someone out there that will.
Oh, there's going to be a bunch of people that try to do this.
So say if 1,000 people change their name.
Yeah.
Subway's is going to give $50,000 gift cards to all of them?
No, they're only going to pick one person, and that one person has to change their name in order to receive the prize.
So it's basically the first person to announce that they changed their name. Like they have to go up to Subway and say like, I'm the first.
Or it's like a pool of people, and they pick one person out of that pool, and that person has to change their name in order to receive it.
I see. So it's basically a big pool of people. They're going to ask who wants to do it. And they're going to randomly pick one of those people that said they want to?
Yeah, but they have to change it. They have to do it.
That's kind of lame. Don't you think they should have just be a free-for-all, let anyone, whoever goes to corporate, presents their birth certificate or their new name change, that's the person that should get it.
That's true.
What the heck is this?
That's more of a challenge.
Hand-picking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not it. Subway, you got to
It's like bingo. You can't just pull a ball out of the
like
cage.
Bingo. Subway, next challenge, make it more like the Hunger Games, Like let people just go crazy.
Yeah, but on to the next topic. We're getting a little bit dark here. This is probably, it's going to get a little low right now.
Little low.
Little low, and we're talking about birthdays.
You know what I do think, though? I do think that birthdays when you're younger, it's probably such a high, joyous moment, but as you get older, birthdays do become low. Because you don't want to get old.
So there's a theory that you should never sing the happy birthday song on someone's birthday because the theory is that it's actually a ritual to take years off of people's lives to make sure they don't live too long. Because when you really think about it, when you sing happy birthday, you turn off all the lights, you light some candles, and you go in a circle and you start chanting happy birthday. So it's like a ritual.
When you put it like that, it is really weird because everyone is singing the same song across the world, right? It's so weird.
Right, so the theory is that since everybody's like chanting like a ritual, everyone's in a circle and there's fire, and then you blow out the candles, that's like your acceptance for the ritual.
It is weird that you're told right before you blow out the candle to make a wish. And do you notice like whatever wish you make, it never comes true?
Right, and a super long time ago, people used to live past 100 years old easily.
Yeah.
But now it's only like 80 or 70 years old, or even less than that.
Yeah, it is a different time, huh? People have been blowing out too many candles.
And people think that it's because of the ritual.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. How it is weird how it is a constant thing, right? Like, it's weird when you look at just cultures in general and like a lot of cultures, there's a lot of things different, right? But there seems the one constant thing for the most part is a celebration of birth, right?
Yeah.
And they all have their version of happy birthday, which is really weird when you think about it.
It is weird.
Like across all cultures, that is one thing that we all have in common, despite, the conflicts, despite whatever we have with differences. The one thing that seems to be the same is birthdays.
But it's all a different ritual when you think about it. Because everybody has their own way of doing it.
Yeah. They had the Benihana way where they had.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I forgot how Benihana does it. They do the.
Yeah. But you see,
yeah,
it's evolved.
So keeping it dark, we're staying on the dark part of the podcast.
Keeping it low.
Keeping it low.
As you said.
We're moving on to a scary story.
Can this ruin my night? Is it going to ruin my night?
You know, maybe the thought of it will ruin it, but I don't think it'll ruin you forever. You know, I think it's just like
there are some stories you have said, and I feel like I can't even. It like messes me up where I have like a hard time sleeping.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't come back from things.
Is this one of those?
No, I don't know. It's all for your interpretation.
I'll take that as yes.
So this is why you should never become a babysitter.
Wait, what's wrong with being a babysitter?
So a girl named Sarah just turned 16 and she wanted a summer job. So she decided to go around the neighborhood and ask all the neighbors if they needed help babysitting. And after being turned down a bunch of times, she went to the family that just moved in and she asked them if they need help babysitting. And they immediately said yes with no hesitation.
This family doesn't even know this girl and they're just going to trust her with their kid?
Yeah, so they gave Sarah a tour of the house and they said that the reason why they had to move was because Sam, their son, got kicked out of his old school, but they wouldn't tell her why. So the first night comes around and Sarah's taking care of Sam, but all Sam wants to do is write in his journal and that's it. He doesn't say a word to Sarah. But after a few more nights of babysitting Sam, Sarah finally asked Sam, hey, what are you writing in your journal? And he told her that it's a complete secret and nobody can know ever.
It can't be good whatever's in that journal.
So one night when Sam went to bed, Sarah decided to go into Sam's room and steal his journal to see what he's been doing this entire time. And when she flipped through the journal, all she saw were a bunch of checklists with a bunch of names on it. And she saw that every single one was completed except for the one that said Sarah. So now she started to get a little worried and she went back to the other names and decided to start Googling them. And when she Googled the first name, the first article that came up was titled "Found Dead in a Local Lake." So then she started to Google the other names and every single article on each of these names were someone that was dead. And right after the last Google search, all Sarah heard was a little voice that said, I told you it was a secret.
Wait, what?
So Sam was killing all of his past babysitters and that was his checklist. And he was figuring out how to do it to Sarah.
So apparently Sarah was able to get help because that's how we know the story. Like she was able to get away.
Maybe.
Or so. Well, how else?
Maybe she got the story out, but then Sam got her.
I do remember this family friend of ours that was actually a babysitter.
Yeah.
And like in our town, it's pretty small, right? So you kind of like know for the most part, like when you go to high school, you kind of know everyone that's in your class. Like there's not too many people that you don't know.
Right.
You have at least seen them.
Yeah.
So we had a family friend that was a high schooler. I think it was like around the same age, like 17 years old. And she would babysit this little kid, right? And like her family would go on like the kid's family would go on date nights like every Friday night, and they would have the girl come over. I won't say the girl's name, but the girl would come over every Friday night to watch the kid.
Yeah.
But the kid, you know, started like really liking the girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like the kid's like what, 9 years old,
right? And
at the time, the girl had a boyfriend, but the boyfriend was really close to the family. The little boy, right?
Yeah.
So the boyfriend would go over to the family's house because his parents were really close to the parents of the little boy. And the little boy knew that his babysitter was the girlfriend to the boyfriend, right? So what he did was he was really jealous of the boyfriend. So he would watch videos on YouTube like how people get poisoned, and he tried to poison the boyfriend.
Oh my god.
But before he tried to poison the boyfriend, he would put nails behind the tires of the boyfriend's car.
So he couldn't get away.
Well, hoping that it would make his wheels pop and like drive recklessly off a road or something. So this kid was doing stuff like that to the boyfriend. And finally, when it wasn't working, he decided to poison the boyfriend. But luckily, when you put the poison in the water, he like tried to put like a tablet in because he saw something on YouTube.
Yeah.
But the tablet actually changed the color of the water. So the boyfriend saw. But isn't that crazy?
That's
how
weird.
This like 8 or 9 year old kid could do such crazy things like that.
Yeah.
So hey,
man.
it is out there. You never know.
The mind of these kids.
When love is love, love is blind. People do some crazy things for love. Even 9-year-olds.
True that.
Okay, moving on now. I want to that was really weird. That was really dark story.
Kind of disturbing, huh?
Kinda is like an understatement. That's so freaking weird. People are crazy out there. So I wanted to bring up some, facts and hacks that can benefit people's lives and not curse their brains at night.
We like hacks.
So
now we're up instead of low.
So there's this crazy new hack for iPhone users. So when you take a photo and you go through and you want to edit it, right? You change the exposure, the brilliance, the shadows. it takes a long time to go through one edit for one photo. But then you realize there's like 30 other photos that you have to go through and edit the same way you just did that one photo.
It's honestly a ridiculous amount of time that you have to edit and re-edit photos every time.
So now when you edit one photo, all you have to do is click the 3 gray dots and click copy edits, and then go back to your camera roll, select all the photos you want to edit the same way you did that one photo, and then click the 3 blue dots on the bottom right corner, and there's an option to paste edits, which will then let you edit all the photos you selected the same way as that one photo.
Okay, I see how that can save a lot of time.
I know for me, like when you take a photo of nature, right, and you see like the trees, and all of a sudden like the exposure's off, or like there's so many shadows, take the time to edit one, and now you have to go do that same thing to all the different photos you've taken. When you could just now just copy and paste the edits, it just saves like hours.
No, seriously, hours. If you could copy the same edit and just distribute it, that's so much easier than doing the same exact thing every time.
It is.
Because then you have to go back and look at how you did the other one and do it to the next one, and then keep doing that a bunch of different times.
And unless you wrote down exactly where you positioned each exposure point, each shadow point, like you really don't know how to match it. You know what I mean?
No, you don't.
So that's why it's like once you find it perfect, just to be able to take that perfect edited system and then move that system to another photo, it's like saves a tremendous amount of time.
Yeah.
So moving on, we know Taylor Swift is on a roll right now. She's projected to make $1 billion through her career with the whole touring right now.
$1 billion?
I think it's $1 billion. Someone said it's $1 billion. I know she's after every show Taylor Swift does, after she pays her workers and she pays the stadium and all the merch, combine everything together, she will take home like around $5 million per show.
Oh my God. You know, okay, that doesn't surprise me, but that's just a lot of money.
And I believe there's over 100 shows that she has this year. So she's clearing like 500 million just off,
at least,
just off of the performance.
Oh my gosh.
And apparently Taylor Swift's concerts are actually causing earthquakes, because last week at her Seattle show, scientists realized that there was an earthquake underneath her show, and they're finding that her concerts are causing earthquakes, and it's equivalent to a 2.3 magnitude earthquake.
Her shows are causing earthquakes.
So apparently over 70,000 people attended her concert in Seattle, and scientists were able to measure the seismic activity at the event, and they found that it actually broke the record for the largest man-made event to cause an earthquake. And they were able to find what song she was performing that caused the earthquake to happen, and they found that it was actually Shake It Off in Blank Space that caused a 2.3 magnitude earthquake.
Okay, could you imagine if she performed in a stadium that holds more than 70,000 people? It would be a crazy earthquake.
I mean, I feel like from here on in, they should really start measuring what's going on at her concerts, because say, yeah, you have a theater that has 100,000 people, right? You have 30,000 more than Seattle one. It seems like you're due for a bigger seismic event.
That's crazy that it was equivalent to a 2.3 magnitude earthquake.
And even like when you see videos of people that live around the stadium and they're filming from the outside, you can see their phone like rumbling. So you know there's something going on.
That's crazy.
Okay, so moving on, I want to talk about pimples. Now, we all have them. We all grew up with having pimples. I know I did. I still have them today.
As do I.
And we've all been told like pimple popping is bad, right? It can cause scarring, it can cause bacterial infection, and it's just not a good thing to do. There's also some other things now that are actually way worse that can happen from the result of popping pimples.
What else can happen?
So apparently popping pimples on your face are actually killing people. So doctors are finding recently that when you pop pimples on your face in a certain area called the triangle of death, it can actually kill you.
Where's the triangle of death?
So the area starts in between your eyebrows, your nose, and above your lips. And basically, if you pop a pimple in that area, there's a little hole that will form on the pimple. And basically, if any bacteria or anything gets in there from the environment or your fingers, it can cause a bacterial skin infection. And if a skin infection occurs, it can travel straight to your brain, causing you to have a stroke and ultimately killing you, because they're finding that the blood vessels around the area of the triangle of death lead straight to your brain and can be very harmful to you.
Okay, it's actually really freaky you say this, because in one of my college classes, there was a girl who had a pimple in between her eyebrows, and she popped it, and then she had to go home because she had a really bad headache. But then she didn't come to class for a really long time, so I had to ask her friend if she okay, like what happened to her, because she was my partner in the class. She had a minor stroke, but I don't know if it was from the pimple popping, but she said she had a minor stroke, and she's only in college, because I remember she had a pimple right here and she popped it, and she was like, like you hold the Kleenex on it when it's bleeding, and she just kept holding it there. And then in class she's like, I have a really bad headache, I just need to leave. Right, in college you can just like whatever, if you leave, you leave. So she left, but she didn't come back the next week or the week after that. Like, she just wasn't there.
So do you think it's because of that?
It definitely could be, because dude, okay, I'm not to be mean, but that pimple was pretty big. It was like a pussy one.
It could have gotten infected.
Right, because it was it was bleeding a lot too.
Oh, wow.
Because you know how it's very little amount of blood when you hold it there?
Yeah.
When you hold the Kleenex there? She was holding it there a long time.
All right, so let's move on now. I want to talk about a story. I know right now we're standing with the actors and writers, and we do not, we're not going to be talking about movies.
Right.
Unless they're from a non-struck company. But that doesn't stop us from talking about comic books.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to tell you a story.
Okay.
Do you know the story about the old Spider-Man when he turns 60 years old and like what his life's like?
No.
So basically the story starts off with an older Spider-Man fighting the Vulture, but this Vulture is not the original Vulture. It's actually the second Vulture because so much time has passed now that Spider-Man is older that the original Vulture has now died. And there's a new one. So Vulture's fighting Spider-Man. They're going back and forth and Spider-Man's a lot slower now. And Vulture manages to punch him super hard. As he's falling down, Mary Jane calls him and says like, hey, where are you at, Peter? Like, we're supposed to have your birthday. You're 60 years old and you're not here. So Vulture is like fighting Peter. They're going back and forth. Peter's like, once I finish with the Vulture, I'll come straight over to the dinner. But once he finishes fighting the Vulture, he ties him up. And as he's slinging to the dinner, he sees someone getting mugged and he can't help himself, but he has to stop and save them. But while the person's getting mugged, he's distracted. He's trying to help the girl, but he gets shot. Spider-Man gets shot because his spider senses are slowing down and he's not as good as he used to be. But as he's crawling on the ground, the burglar shoots him a bunch of times and Spider-Man just starts bleeding out. So the girl calls 911. So as the paramedics come to pick up Spider-Man, he's on the gurney and he's in the ambulance. And all of a sudden the paramedics want to remove his mask to see if his eyes are dilated. But the lead paramedic tells him like, no, we do not remove the mask. We need to keep his identity safe. So we're not going to do that.
Dude, this is like a really dark story of Spider-Man.
So Mary Jane's at the restaurant and all of a sudden she sees on the TV Spider-Man dead. So she gets out and starts running out to try to go find Peter. While this is all happening, Spider-Man's in the ambulance reflecting on his life, and he can't believe that out of all the villains he's survived, out of all the villains that he's fought, and out of all the villains that he's been able to arrest, and this burglar is the one that was able to shoot him a bunch of times. And he starts thinking like, this is not the way I'm supposed to die. And then he starts thinking about Uncle Ben and how Uncle Ben was shot. And he almost starts thinking that this is like a full circle moment, and maybe this is how he's supposed to die. And then all of a sudden he wakes up and there's a bunch of doctors around him in the hospital, and Spider-Man asks them like, did anybody come and visit me? And they all say no. All the Avengers, all the heroes are actually in space fighting Thanos. No one's here. But there's a bunch of people outside the hospital that want to see you. Basically, all the people of New York, all the New York citizens are outside of his hospital room trying to say goodbye to him one last time because they all appreciate all that he's done for the city. This line of people go for miles and miles all around the hospital, all through the city. They're all waiting to see Spider-Man one last time.
Wait, they're just going to let him die?
So the hospital starts letting people in, one person at a time, to say goodbye to Spider-Man. They're bringing him gifts, saying, thank you so much for saving me. Thank you so much for protecting the city. And all of a sudden, Mary Jane walks in and is able to express like how much she loves Peter, how much she's so thankful for like that they were able to be together and how much she loves him. She has to leave so the next person can come in. But right before the next person come in, all of a sudden they hear this loud beep and his monitor, his heart monitor, flatline. And then everyone rushes in and they see that he's no longer in his bed. So Mary Jane runs out the window to look outside and she sees Peter down there trying to help someone that's being mugged, showing the doctors that he's healed now and he's better. So he goes home that day. He has dinner with Mary Jane for like his 60th birthday. But it shows how he's slowly not as good as he used to be, but he's still able to heal and he's still strong.
That's actually a really good story.
Yeah, I feel like it's really good. And I feel like it shows how Spider-Man, this huge hero, right, with all these powers, you see like the human side of him, right?
Yeah.
You see how when his powers start to go away, in his lowest, darkest moment, he still manages to try to go save someone, even though he's not doing the best.
Yeah, that kind of gave me goosebumps.
I feel like it could be a good movie. I feel like they should do a whole trilogy
Yeah.
of an older Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Oh my, that would be so good.
Because
That'd be so good.
There's a lot of stories of Spider-Man when he's older. Like, I know I just told you one when he's 60, but
Yeah.
there's way more, even when he gets up to his, I won't spoil it, but
Right.
he gets a lot older.
Even the concept art of Toby in the Last Stand suit. They could also integrate, right? If his Spidey sense is getting worse, we could finally see Toby make himself an Iron Spider suit.
Oh, true.
Because that's why he uses one, I think.
Oh, because his
In the
senses aren't
comics,
as
I
good?
think his senses like start to deteriorate.
Yeah.
Or it starts to go away for some reason, and he makes himself the Iron Spider suit so he could be bulletproof.
Wow. All right, this next part of the podcast is called Whose Side You On, where Leia comes on and talks about a real life story, and we have to figure out who's right and who's wrong, and it's gonna be drama, and it's gonna be cool, and it's gonna be, a lot of weird stuff. So here comes Leia.
So whose side are you on? Is the writer wrong or right? Am I wrong for making my son take a paternity test?
The son.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
All names have been changed. This is a mess, and I would appreciate opinions from unbiased people. It was recommended that I post here. I, female 39, have 2 kids, male 17 and female 10. When I was 21, I had a one-night stand, which resulted in my son Austin, the father, wanting nothing to do with my child. When my son was 3, I met my husband Mark, male 38. My son adores my husband and calls him father. Austin met his current girlfriend through Mark's best friend Alan, her father. Macy and Austin have been close since they were young, and we were all thrilled when we found out they were dating. After we found out, Mark and I sat Austin down and explained that we were happy for him, but we needed him to know the importance of doing the deed whether it was happening or not. He was disgusted, but he said he understood, and we left it at that. For context, my son is what others describe as shy and soft-spoken, and he's really sensitive and takes harsh comments, actions to heart. We thought everything was fine with him until he came home crying. He eventually told us that Macy had cheated on him. I was angry and urged my son to leave, but my husband calmed us both and asked us to speak with Austin privately. Essentially, he asked Austin what he wanted to do and if he wanted us to stop seeing Macy and her father. Austin said he didn't want that and he wanted to work things out with Macy. I was upset but didn't say anything. Ever since that happened, I've hated seeing her around. All I think about when I see her is my son distressed and crying his eyes out. I act cordial around her, but I don't like her. Around February, Austin came home looking rather upset again, so I sat down with him and asked what's going on. I wasn't expecting to hear him say what he was said to me. Macy's pregnant. I was furious. I told him I expected better from him. I also said that before anything happened, he needed to do a paternity test. He was angry that I suggested she cheated again, but I didn't like how she was suddenly pregnant. When Mark came home from work, I filled him in and he was equally upset. We all sat down and discussed it. Austin explained that I demanded a paternity test was done, and Mark wasn't happy to hear that. I explained that she's cheated before, she could have cheated again. That led to a huge argument before we all calmed down. I asked if her parents knew. Apparently not, and he said she agreed to tell them tonight. And sure enough, about an hour later, Mark gets an angry call from Alan, the father, demanding that my son marries his daughter, and if Austin refuses, he demands that he pay child support and stay out of the kid's life. Of course, we were all angry and exhausted, so I said that nothing was going to happen until the paternity test was done, and I wasn't taking the word of a cheating little girl. He blew up at us, and it was radio silence after the call. Macy was told she can no longer see Austin outside of school, and he took it out on me. A few weeks ago, Alan contacted us and agreed to do a paternity test. I asked why the sudden change, but he ignored me. He said he set up the appointment for May 5th. Austin went with Mark, and he said he didn't want to be around me. It stung, and I won't lie, it made me cry when he said that. Results finally came in a few nights ago, and he isn't the father. He was shattered. Instead of apologizing, he screamed that this was all my fault, and he had never known, and he hasn't said much to me since. Maybe I was wrong for making him do a paternity test, but I was only looking out for my son. Was I wrong for making him take it? Whose side are you on?
I mean, it seems like she is not wrong for having him take it.
Yeah.
Look at what if he didn't take it, right? He would be stuck in a situation where his girlfriend at the time would probably continue to cheat on him.
Yep.
Right? And he would be connecting to the child, right? Not only will it hurt him, it will hurt the child, right? Because the child would, say if the girlfriend keeps cheating, right? And then one day he does find out, right? And he's like, I want to break up. But the child's like 4 years old now. Yeah. And this whole time, the 4 years, the child's been thinking that he's his dad or they're their dad, right? And not only will it hurt the child, but it's going to hurt him. It's just like, for the better, you got to break up. Like,
and the family friends thing, it got really complicated. And it was just, oh, gosh.
Horrible. Messy.
Yeah. But you weren't wrong.
So, comment who you guys feel is right or wrong. I think the mom is right.
Yep.
And I think the son should just wipe up those tears and just move on.
Yeah. I think he'll thank her later.
Yeah, one day. Thank you, Leia. Woo! See you next week on Whose Side You On. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this week's podcast and listening to the podcast. If you're new to the channel, like I said earlier, please smash the subscribe button with your thumb. Smash it so hard that you're like, turns a little, I don't know. Anyways, hit the like button. Comment what you guys want us to talk about next week. As you guys saw throughout this video, we took your guys' suggestions from last week and we talked about it this week. So we'll see you guys tomorrow on TikTok. And we'll see you guys next Sunday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And if you don't want to watch the podcast, go listen to it on the Audible audio, sites. Not Audible, but audio.
We'll see you on TikTok.
God bless you guys. See ya.
Love ya.